What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Honeypot, the newest betting show from 49ers Hive, brought to you by MyBookie. My name is Zach Hernandez, and as always, I am joined by my co-host, Christian Dyer, and we are here to bring you, believe it or not, Week 15. Christian, we are already at Week 15. We are a month left of the NFL season. Christmas is around the corner, and we're here to bring you some money, help you make some money, I should say. How you doing tonight, Christian?
I'm good. I'm excited for football this weekend. It's kind of a bittersweet thing with the end of the season too. The last couple of weeks, like right now, I'm like, I don't want football to be over, but I also want it to be over because I want the Niners to get to the end of the season healthy and stuff. I'm like, can we just get there? But then I'm like, I don't want to go into the off season with no football again. So it's definitely.
I hear you, man. 50-50. It flies by. August through February, it's like that. And then for some reason, mid-February through August feels like it's a year, like it's the longest time of the year. Then there's that horrible time of the year from March through June where there's no sports at all. And ESPN has on golf or tennis or something. And you're come on.
You get hockey and basketball in June.
Yeah. Luckily, at least you get that.
And then I get really into the hockey too when football's over.
All right, we're going to start right off. We're not going to waste anybody's time. This week is a little unique. We got 3 Saturday games. So the Vikings and the Bengals kick it off Saturday morning, 1:30, the Steelers and the Colts, and Saturday evening at 5:15, the Broncos head to Detroit to face the Lions. The Broncos are one game out of the AFC West out of nowhere, Christian. They are on fire. The Lions, maybe not so much. They just dropped one to the Chicago Bears, have not looked good recently. The line is Detroit by 4.5. The over-under is 47.5. How do you feel about this game? Who's winning? Why? Let me hear it.
See, this one, I would say definitely can be hard to pick because you got really the steaming hot Broncos coming in. They're playing really good football. Their defense is playing hard. And you got the Lions who just laid a stinker against, a divisional opponent. So I give them the benefit of the doubt because it's divisional opponent. The Bears are actually playing really well right now. Ever since Fields came back from his injury, he's played well. And it was freezing cold. It's December in Chicago. We know Jared Goff doesn't really like cold. He's got smaller hands, so he struggles in the cold. This game's going to be in Detroit, right, in the Dome. So I would say I would take the Lions because they're coming off a bad loss. I really think Dan Campbell's going to get them ready to play well in this game. I think they're going to play really, really well in this game. The offense is going to get going. Defense is really terrible right now because they have no pass rush and Hutchinson gets double, triple teamed. So I think Denver's going to put up some points, but I think this game could be something like a shootout. But I like the Lions in this one because they're coming off a bad loss. Campbell's going to get them ready. They're coming. It's at home. If it was in Denver, I wouldn't give the Lions a chance. But because it's in Detroit, I think they're going to win. I think it's going to be close, but I think they're going to pull it out in the end.
I agree with you here. I think Detroit, they've stumbled. They've lost 2 of their last 3, but I just still think they're too good of a team. And Denver is looking really good. This is going to be a good game. This year, I think I heard somewhere that the schedule was made by Amazon Web Services AI, and it's been complete shit. These primetime matchups we've gotten have been horrible. This out of nowhere has become a good game. If you would have told me a couple weeks ago, Lions, Broncos, Saturday night, I probably would have thought, okay, I'm going out to dinner that night. I'll probably watch this game. It's looking like it's going to be pretty promising. And I agree with you. I like the Lions here, 4.5. And I think if there were props that I would like in this game, I like Jared Goff over 253.5 passing yards. In the Dome, he's hit that basically like two of the last three. And I would also take Russell Wilson under. My bookie has him at 215.5. He struggled to hit that the last couple of weeks. So if you want some props on this game, I would highly recommend those. Just a quick glance at the props for Denver at Detroit. All right. Did you have any props for this one? Or do you want to move on?
No, I don't have props for this one. I would say though, it's a little wary with the one with Wilson, just because the Lions defense has been so bad.
True.
There's a chance it might make more sense for him to take the over for Wilson, because it is a dome. There is the Lions aren't getting any pass rush right now, and that bodes well for Wilson. So,
Okay.
And thinking that this might be a shootout, it might make more sense to take, parlay them going over their yard. And I'd even maybe just add on completions and take the over for completions on both of them too. Because there's a really good chance that this game is a shootout.
Okay. Also, hey, Sam Laporta, parlay that with a Cortland Sutton touchdown. Sam Laporta has been money. Last week, I had a parlay for touchdowns scored, and I picked a player or two from each game. And I'm like, you know what? I've picked Jahmyr Gibbs the last couple of weeks, and as soon as he gets into the red zone, using Jahmyr Gibbs, Dan Campbell puts in David Montgomery. So I'm like, let me put in David Montgomery, and I'll put him for the prop. I think Jahmyr Gibbs had like 2 touchdowns. David Montgomery did not have one. It's frustrating, man. But Sam Laporta has been a lock. So I would go Sam Laporta touchdown, maybe Cortland Sutton touchdown. That Detroit secondary has been a little leaky. So, all right. Moving on, Christian. That's it for the Saturday games. Which one did you want to do next?
Let's do the Bills and Cowboys.
Bills at Cowboys.
Yep. For my props, I got Cowboys at Bills. For my props, I got Josh Allen. I'm taking the over of 259 passing yards. I'm hoping the Bills might actually run the ball a little bit. They ran it pretty well against Kansas City. Hopefully they'll realize, to add some more running into their offense. Dallas can be vulnerable to the run if you stick with it. But let's be honest, Josh Allen's going to be playing Superman the rest of the season. It would be kind of stupid not to take the over on every single game he's into the rest of the season, because he's going to play Superman and they're fighting for a playoff spot. So I have the over with him, and then I have the over for touchdowns. Yeah, so I have the over for him having over 1.5 touchdowns. I took the over, so I'm thinking he'll at least throw 2 touchdowns against Dallas.
Okay, I like that.
And then I added third part to the parlay and put Dak to have the over of 279 passing yards. Dak's going to hit the passing yards, just because regardless if they're behind and coming back, he's going to be throwing the ball. If they're up, he's still going to be throwing the ball.
Yeah.
It's just easy. Yeah, Dak's going to get his yards. He's going to get his stats regardless of how the game goes. So I have the parlay with the over, both quarterbacks and their passing yards, and then over 1.5 touchdowns for Josh Allen.
Okay. All right. By the way, the line on that is Buffalo minus 2.5. And the over-unders 50.5. I think I would take the over on the points as well. We saw what Seattle did to this Dallas defense, and Buffalo, in my opinion, is a much hotter offense than Seattle. Josh Allen, if they were winning these games that he's having these crazy performances, he would be at the top of the MVP conversation, because he's playing arguably about as well as anybody. Yes, he turns the ball over, but if you're going to give me, 30 touchdowns, a handful of interceptions. So I think I would take the over on the points and the passing yards. I like that one. That was a good one. A sneaky one, first half total points. MyBookie has that first half total points over under at 24.5. Dude, give me the over of 24.5 on the first half all day.
The reason you want to the best reason to hit the over in this game and both is because it's going to be like clear good weather in Buffalo. Like it's going to be cold, but the weather's going to be clear. There's not any snow, right? There's not high winds. They're saying it's going to be actually pretty good weather for a game in Buffalo in December. So I would hit over on it just because of the fact that it's going to be good weather, and this game should be a back and forth, high scoring affair. Yeah. It should be similar to what we saw with Dallas and Seattle. I think the Bills are a better team than Seattle. So I would definitely take the over. I am a little worried points-wise for Dallas, just in general, because they're not as good away from Jerry World. So, but I still think they're going to put up some points. The Bills' defense is, iffy. So I definitely would over just because the good weather, offenses are going to be playing tough. The Bills are going to be, they got fire lit under their ass to try to make the playoffs here. So
exactly, they got to run the table, and they very well might. The total points over 50.5, first half total points over 24.5, and Dak Prescott over 279.5 passing yards, Josh Allen over 259.5 passing yards. That parlayed together, folks, is plus 550. $25 wins you $162.50. MyBookie.ag. Make sure you use promo code Hive when you sign up. Get that deposit bonus and really just take advantage of this opportunity for you and go make some money for the holidays. All right, next game on the docket. Do you want to hit yours again?
Oh, you can go this time. We'll go back.
Okay. So we got to hit the Niners. And the Niners this week, play the Arizona Cardinals. Now, they played them earlier in the year, and if I remember correctly, that was the game Christian McCaffrey went off. What, did he have 3 or 4 touchdowns? I mean, just absolutely hammered the Arizona Cardinals. I went to that game, actually. That was with Josh Dobbs.
Purdy was the most efficient he's been all year in that game.
Yep.
He had 2 incompletions.
That's right. Yeah. It was a hell of a game. I like the 49ers, obviously. They're favored by 12. 12 points is a lot. On the road, Arizona's been kind of sneaky good. Kyler Murray's back. I don't know if I'm taking them to cover. It's right after a 3-game stretch that had Seattle, Philly, Seattle, and then Arizona's kind of in between that stretch and Lamar Jackson and the Ravens on Monday night. So is it possible the 49ers overlook them? Sure, it's possible, but I would just take 49ers money line and anytime touchdown props. George Kittle is a Cardinal killer. George Kittle, parlay that with Christian McCaffrey touchdown. Absolutely love that prop. What do you got, Christian?
I'd say take Jordan Mason touchdown if Elijah Mitchell's out again. Like, I know we were unsure in the last game. Yeah. I take a McCaffrey touchdown. He gets all the way to the red zone.
I put like $20 on McCaffrey being the first touchdown scorer, and that would have paid out like, I don't know, 120. It wasn't too crazy. And he gets down to the floor. It was
right there, and then freaking Kyle's like, sorry, give it to Jordan. Like, oh my God.
And did we not just text each other like 10 minutes before kickoff? Yes. Like, hey, Jordan Mason, anytime touchdown, maybe we should put it in. None of us did.
Yeah, garbage time. And I was like, garbage time touchdown. And then, first touchdown score. Like, oh my God.
And then on top of that, McCaffrey never got in. Never got in.
That's the thing is why I don't see why we don't use Mason more in the red zone. I mean, that guy, automatic touchdown, if you ask me. He's
a hard runner
for a touchdown. If we were using him more often, I would take him for a touchdown every week, just because when we get in the red zone, I'm like, they're going to give it to Mason. He's just freaking pounding it. But
by the way, will 49ers score on their first drive is plus 108 right now on MyBookie. They've just about scored on all of their first drives, maybe aside from like 2 or 3 this year. I know Philly they didn't, Cincinnati they didn't. But most of the first drives the 49ers are scoring. That's easy money. Like, go bet $10 on that and win some money back. You might not have the craziest odds. to win some money. Or excuse me, the craziest payout. But hey, it's free money. Money's money, baby. Will the 49ers score in the first drive? Yes. Plus 108 odds. Go take advantage of that. All right. Were there any more from this 49ers Cardinals game? You wanted to any game props? Will there be a safety, defensive score?
I would take the over on Purdy's passing yards. I mean, so far it looks like he likes playing against the Cardinals. I mean, their defense is terrible. We saw what the Rams just did to him like 2 weeks ago. Purdy should be just as efficient as he was last time they played. Sorry. Yeah, he should be just as efficient. So I would take the over in passing yards for Purdy. I would take the over in completions for Purdy. And I would take anytime touchdown McCaffrey in this game. Okay. So I put all those three together, parlays those three together. I think that's a good little, I'd say for sure thing.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. This quick parlay put together. I told you already. Will the 49ers score on the first drive? Will Arizona? I put yes. Will Arizona score on the first drive? No. And three straight scores by either team. Yes, that's plus 300. 25 wins you $100 bucks, 23 cents. MyBookie.AG, promo code Hive. Got to plug it, baby. Go make that money for the holidays. All right. Go ahead, Christian. Your game. Hit me. What do you got?
I got the Rams and the Commanders. I decided to go for this game just because like Stafford's playing great and the Commanders defense is god awful right now. It is terrible. So I got the over for Stafford in passing yards at 267.5. I have him having over 1.5 touchdowns, and I have Puka Nacua having over 5.5 receptions. I think that's an easy give me for that game. Like just, I put it in and the odds were plus 305, but you know, not a huge win, but it's still a win. So whatever you put on there, you're going to win. I think this is an easy give me this week. Rams are playing pretty good. Washington has a terrible defense. I think this is the easy one.
Yeah. The line on this game, by the way, Rams minus 6.5, over under 50.5. So they're expecting this to be a shootout, and they're expecting the Rams to win 2 field goals or a touchdown, depending on which side you're falling on. This is a good game. I like the props on this game. The over under.
I definitely like the over.
Yards. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Passing yards. This game is in a dome. It's in LA. Sam Howell 269.5. Matthew Stafford 267.5. It's very likely both of these quarterbacks hit the over on that number. And then anytime touchdowns, Kyron Williams is at minus 334. They're expecting this man to get in very easily, apparently. Cooper Kupp plus 110. Parlay that with a Antonio Gibson touchdown for the Commanders. Cooper Kupp and Antonio Gibson.
I'd almost put Puka Nacua instead of Kupp. Kupp's kind of been a shell of himself this season, and he hasn't really been.
He had one last week.
He hasn't really been scoring, did he?
Yeah, but it's not that much of a difference. Puka Nacua is plus 129. So an Antonio Gibson touchdown parlay with the Puka Nacua touchdown is plus 359. $25 wins you 115. We're placing it right now, baby. Go make that money. I like that.
It's a good bet right there. I like that one.
All right. Also for this game, let's get some spicy ones. Player doubles. MyBookie has this fantastic option. You go same game parlays and then swipe over. You know what? Let me just show you. Why am I telling you when I could show you? All right. So you're going to go to same game parlays and then swipe over here to player doubles. And they have these pre-built parlays for you. They make it super easy. And you were talking about Puka Nacua, Christian. Let's scroll down. Mm-hmm. Puka Nacua. They have him 120 receiving yards, 1 touchdown, 80 receiving yards. You see any of these you like?
Let's see.
100 receiving yards is plus 294.
What's the one that's plus 1,400? Is that 150 receiving yards and a Rams win?
It is. Yes, sir.
Dude, I would take. That's fun. Put $10 on that and win $140. And
now it's plus 1,602.
Oh, dude, that's a fun one right there because it's going to be a shootout, and the Washington has a terrible defense, so I wouldn't be surprised if Puka had 160 yards and 10 catches. You never know. That's a fun one. $10, you win
Yeah,
$140. It's
agreed.
not a bad gamble there.
So the odds changed, so we had to refresh it and come back. So refreshed, come back. Plus 1602, $10, 170. You know what? Let's have some fun. Let's place $100 on it. $100.
Heck yeah.
Puka Nacua, 150 receiving yards, and the Rams to win. That pays out $1,700. We're doing it, baby.
Has he reached 1,000 yards this season yet?
Oh, it changed back down to 14. That's weird. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's at. I think he has 1,000. Wait, what did you ask me?
Puka Nacua, has he reached 1,000 yards for the Rams yet?
Yes, yeah. It is funny because, and I'm not
I would take that bet, dude.
Not taking anything away from him, but the players that have done it, it's just like there's like 4 or 5 players, and it's just the rookie year, that is. It's just a coincidence that Matthew Stafford was the quarterback for 2 of them, like Calvin Johnson and Puka Nacua. Matthew Stafford and Cup, I believe. So when you
sling that football, dude,
brother, but when he has a target he loves, he doesn't go to anyone else. Like, remember the season when Cooper Kupp was out? How many times did he hit Puka Nacua in that 49ers Rams game? I think he had like 12 catches that game, dude.
Yeah, dude. He just force fed him.
Yeah. It's insane. But hey, I respect it. I'm not mad at it. Get those stats in there. All right. Philadelphia Eagles at Seattle Seahawks. Christian, the Eagles have fallen from the number 1 seed, I believe, down to like the 5th seed or something like that. They swapped places with the Dallas Cowboys. They've dropped 2 in a row. Some may say, I'm not saying it, but some have, the 49ers broke the Philadelphia Eagles, and now they're going into the Seahawks territory to face the Seattle Seahawks on Monday night. This was the game that was flexed. I think it was like Chiefs and Patriots previously. Get that garbage off primetime. Eagles, Seahawks. The Eagles are only favored by 3 points, and the over-under is 48. How do you feel about this game?
I think it depends on if Geno's going to play. If Geno plays and he's healthy, I think he can put up some points. I mean, look what he did against Dallas's defense. The Eagles' defense is nowhere near as good as us. I think this is a game where DK Metcalf has a big game make up for his issues he had against the Niners last week. Making a fool of himself, or making the team look bad. Whatever they may fit inside their locker room. This is a good chance for him to kind of be like, oh, didn't have a good game last week. Let me pick it up, dominate. None of those corners cover him. Let's be honest. Like, they're not going to want to tackle him. They didn't want to tackle Debo, and DK Metcalf is twice the size of Debo. So I would look, if I'm the Seahawks, I'm just getting that ball constantly to Metcalf all game and making those corners and these tackle him.
Yeah.
So I think this game's a good matchup. I think is it in Philly? No, it's in Seattle, right?
In Seattle, baby.
So it's weird. So I'd say with the Eagles being favored by 3, they're really saying it's a 6-point game because they're giving 3 points to Seattle at being at home. So they're really saying, the Eagles are favored really by 6, which makes sense, but the Eagles are not playing good right now. This game could be fun. It could be a really, really close game and fun to watch. It could really go either way. For me, it's a pick 'em if Geno Smith plays, because you never know. It could be a blowout. It could be close. It's hard to know what's going to happen, but I think it's going to be a fun game to watch.
Well, if you're watching this, you probably already know if Geno Smith is playing or not. As of now, the latest reporting I see is Geno Smith, quote, feels really good and will practice as today is Thursday evening as we're recording this. He practiced today, and Pete Carroll says he's feeling really good. He was a full participant in practice. This is the first time he's practiced in 7 days fully since he injured his groin. So I think he's on track to start, Christian. And
dude, give me the Seahawks.
I agree, man. I agree. I think the Eagles are they're not a bad team like overall, but right now they're a bad team. Like their defense is leaky. Nick Bosa said it best. The 49ers put the blueprint out there to beat this team. And I really do think that's true. And will the Seahawks have the pieces to get it done? That remains to be seen. They have a pretty solid front four defensive line. Jamal Adams needs to stop running his mouth and play better on the field. Quandre Diggs is solid. But if Geno Smith plays, I agree with you. I like the over on receptions for DK Metcalf. I would probably put him at like 6 receptions if Geno Smith's playing, to be honest with you, just because that secondary for the Philadelphia Eagles is shaky. And I really do think they're bound to give up some points Monday night, prime time. I like the Seahawks, man. I like the Seahawks. It just makes me sound crazy to say.
Do you
like
really
them.
see Pete Carroll losing 6 straight?
No.
It's hard to see that, like 6 straight.
Yeah.
Because I think losing to us last week was 5 straight. So I think 6 straight. I don't know. I don't think I could see him lose. I think this is the first time he's ever lost 5 straight. I just don't see him losing 6 straight.
Right now,
you have.
Go ahead.
Okay. You had, I don't know if you listened to the comments from the Eagles head coach, kind of putting his quarterback down a little bit. I think things are kind of spiraling over there. So it's hard not to want to pick the Seahawks in this game. Like the Seahawks, I don't know. I feel like the money's going to be on the Eagles.
Yep. I agree. I agree with that 100%.
And I would put my money on the Seahawks. I think this one where Vegas is like, well, we're going to make our money here. Money's going to be on the Eagles, and they know what they're doing.
See, right now, my bookie has Seattle over under total touchdowns 2.5. Dude, go hammer that over 2.5. Are you kidding me?
Oh, dude, they're gonna have, they'll have 3 by the first half, if you ask me.
Agreed. And let's see, for Philly, where's they're over same 2.5. I'm tempted to take both overs, but maybe not quite. Will Philly score on their first drive? You think so? Let's do it. Philly and Seattle overs. Both over 2.5. Oh, we cannot combine those parlays, apparently.
Oh, bummer.
Well, we can take the over on the points. I really do think Seahawks are going to win this one. And I think Philly is just going to be free falling after Monday night. Their team seems to already be going at each other. You see reports, anonymous players saying coach, the offensive system looks predictable and college-like. And I think I just this loss to Seattle on Monday night is just going to propel them even further down. So I would take Seattle money line. They may even cover, but money line for sure. All right, shall we wrap this one up with our tradition of picking every single game? Let's pull it up.
Let's do it.
Let me get to the NFL odds.
Let's pick them.
Okay. So I'll go first. Vikings, Bengals. Nick Mullins is starting. Absolutely stay away from the Minnesota Vikings. Colts, Steelers. This one's actually pretty tough because I really believe in Shane Steichen and I believe in Gardner Minshew, but they just got embarrassed last week. It is in Indy. Mitch Trubisky, I think is playing for the Steelers. So I'll take the Colts. Denver, Detroit. Ooh. Give me Detroit. I'm not comfortable about this one. Chicago, Cleveland. Give me Cleveland. Houston, Tennessee. I don't think CJ Stroud will be there. Maybe I'm wrong. He's in concussion protocol as we're recording this. Give me Tennessee. Carolina, Atlanta. This is the perfect game for Atlanta to drop. So they better not let me down, but I'm going with Atlanta. Kansas City, New England, of course, Kansas City. Tampa, Green Bay.
That one could be the sneaky one. I'm going to take Kansas City, but that could be a sneaky one.
It's true. Tampa, Green Bay. I'll take Green Bay, but I'm not comfortable. Giants, Saints. Give me Tommy DeVito, baby. Giants. Let me get the underdogs.
Tommy Cutlets.
Tommy Cutlets. All right. Jets, Dolphins. I'll take the Dolphins. 49ers. Commanders, Rams. Give me the Rams. Cowboys, Bills. Give me the Bills. Ravens, Jags. Ravens, and Seahawks. That is plus 140,345.
I love it, dude. I love it.
$5 wins me $6,900.
I love it, dude. It's fantastic.
$10 wins me 13 grand. Placed, baby.
How? Just by picking the correct, it's so much fun.
Yep. All right,
and
Christian.
the more I love it because the more you actually do pick an underdog, it goes up so much more.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Hey, the way I look at it, guys, is somebody's going to win these games. How, at the end of the day, it's not like, we don't know. No, somebody's going to win these games. At the end of each game, there's going to be a winner and a loser. All you got to do is correctly predict who it's going to be. So
I do it every week. One of these weeks in one of these years, I'm going to hit it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we will be the first to tell you. So. Yep. All right, Christian.
One of these days, I'm going to hit it. All right.
Run down the list. Who you got?
Give me Jake the Shotgun Browning. I don't know why that's not his nickname yet. Like, literally, his last name is the company that makes freaking guns. Jake the Shotgun Browning is freaking awesome. All right, and then give me the Colts. I no faith in Pittsburgh at all, dude. They're dead. Give me Detroit because they're at home. I'm going to take Cleveland. Flacco is playing out of his mind. Yeah. I don't think that game's even close. Give me Tennessee. No Stroud. Just they have nothing without Stroud, so I take Tennessee. Atlanta. Carolina's got nothing. If I was Carolina, I wouldn't even play Young the rest of the season. There's really no reason for it. Keep him healthy. Give me Kansas City, but this is one of those games where Bill puts his filthy mitts all over it and does something you don't expect. I know that's probably not going to happen, but I'm just like, that game could be
7.5 is a big line.
I know. They're coming in all emotional too, and Bill's like, I got you. Because they're playing in New England.
Yep.
Coming in all emotional after they lost to the Bills. And just if Bill's offense can do something, I know his defense is going to make it hard on the Chiefs. Yep. Give me Tampa Bay. I like Green Bay, but they're just so up and down, and their defense is terrible. And I think the Tampa Bay is going to put up enough points on them. How the hell I'm sorry, but you don't lose the freaking Tommy Cutlets and the Giants offense, and then just I lost all faith in them when losing that game. Give me the Dolphins coming off a terrible. Oh, I missed that one. Yeah, give me the Saints.
Okay. Dolphins.
Yeah, give me the Dolphins. They're coming off a terrible loss. Yeah. Terrible loss. They got to make up for it. Niners. It's an easy one. Give me the Rams. The Bills. I don't know. I think that one's going to be close. They're going to come out with it late. Baltimore. I would pick Jacksonville if they weren't so beat up. Like, right. Not having Christian Kirk is it's terrible for them. And then, so, and then give me Seattle. I know I should take, my head tells me I should take Philly, but my heart tells me Seattle's going to find a way to win it.
So this is plus 99,455. $10 wins you $9,815.31. Lock it in, baby.
The The difference is you taking the underdog Giants.
Yep, that's it.
That's what bumped yours up. That's what bumped yours up so much. Like, it's cool.
Yep.
Like, dude, you take 1 or 2 upsets and it bumps it way up.
Yep. MyBookie.ag. Make sure you use our promo code Hive. Take advantage, guys. It won't be there forever. MyBookie.ag promo code Hive. They will match your deposit all the way up to $1,000. Go right now. That's going to do it for another episode of Honeypot. The season is almost over. I hate to say it, but you got to get your bets in while you can. Both of our X handles are on the screen. Make sure you follow us and make sure you follow 49ers Hive as well. And while you're here, hit like, hit subscribe. We appreciate it. Christian, thank you again for another episode, and we'll see you guys next week.